bit earlier than normal. We're off out again tonight at Christmas. Karate party tonight. Yeah, it's just actually a karate party, funny enough. Today is day 11 of the Thornbridge Brewery Advent calendar. It's been a great calendar so far. I've had a few beers that I've had before. Nothing that I didn't like, which is always, there's always a risk, isn't there? You know, 24 days of doing beer reviews, there's always a risk you're going to pull something out of the hat that you don't like. But hey, every day's different. So no, today 11, let's have a look behind the door. Get the door open. Yeah. I want to break the integrity of the box trying to get them out. So, oh, hey up. Number 15 is trying to get out the hole as well. Oh, so a newbie to me. Raindrops on Roses. Never even heard of it before. Oh, a Belgian wit beer with rose petals. Oh, this could be one of them days. 5.3%. I may have jinxed it there. This beer was the 2016 Great British Homebrew Challenge champion, created originally by Phil Sisson. It proved very popular as the winner, and we thought it'd be a fun one to bring back. Hazy gold in colour and silky smooth in mouthfeel. The bouquet has notes of rose, lemon, chamomile, and coriander poking through, while the taste is tart and slightly fruity with just a kiss of hops. The crisp carbonation and acidity give a sparkling finish to this wonderful Belgian wit beer. So yeah, here's me saying that there's going to be a beer that I don't like. This would be an interesting one. So while I was reading, good afternoon. So yeah, 5.3%. I'm still doing gardening, and it's dirty hands, scruffy coat, hat. Trying to sort the front garden out. That's what you get when you leave it until December to sort it out. Usually I've done it earlier by now. I've been that busy doing gardens, I've not had a chance to do my own. And then you put the Christmas decorations up early because everybody else has cheated and put theirs up early. And you think, yeah, sod it, I'll put mine up. And then I'll have to go along and sort things out. So, all good fun. So, first ever time, never even heard of this before. So, definitely a new one on me. Hazy. Looks like a light amber pour, like a hazy golden pour from the back. It's a white head, 5.3%. At least it's not a farmhouse saison. What's tomorrow be a farmhouse saison? Subtle nose for me, really subtle. In fact, I'm hardly getting anything on the nose, to be honest. No, got to be honest, the nose is very, very, it may, once the air gets to it, it may warm up, so we'll see how it goes. Nice and bitey. Ooh. I get the rose element and the herbal elements, like the chamomile and that, for definite. I get a pepperiness in the background. Okay, it's a nice beer, thank God. Last thing I want is to be drinking and live reviewing something that tastes nasty. Good morning again, or afternoon rather. So, here's the beer, Raindrop on Roses. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before. This light thing, I don't know how to play up the, there we go, you can just about read it now. A Belgian wit beer. 5.3% from Thornbridge. Yeah, new to me. Back tomorrow to my normal 6 o'clock. So I'm not really keen on doing early lives because, one, I don't like drinking this time of the day, to be honest. Yeah, kind of dispels a load of myths. Good afternoon. Apple cider from Glamorgan. Yeah, it's that time of the day, isn't it? Football and rugby and whatnot. This time of the day, I forget. Been that busy sorting out the garden, trying to sort out Christmas lights. I think we had a power surge and it blew a load of lights. And I've been trying to get things repaired. Bloody lights. These adapters these days are absolutely crap. I need some mega adapter I can splice all the wires into and just run that. Where there's a will, there's a way. And there's always a way. As long as they don't burn me house down. Whoa. So a real fire then in the background then. Oh, it's a challenging drink. It's got some poke to it. Started off quite subtle, but certainly got some poke to it. I'm enjoying the style as well. It's nice to have something different that you don't normally, and I wouldn't normally buy. So to be reviewing something like this, for me, it is interesting. Is it a go-to style? No, definitely not my sort of style of beer. However, I don't mind trying new beers out, to be fair. I love the perfuminess of this. The chamomile, the rose. Not bad beer at all. Just goes to show you, not all beers. That's why the world of beers is interesting. Sometimes it's getting out of your comfort zone and trying new styles and pushing. 2 years ago, well, before I started beer reviewing, I would never have thought of drinking Hogarden again. Duvel, certainly wouldn't have touched anything that resembled a wine soured beer or whatever, and certainly soured beers. So the world of beer reviews is interesting because you do get loads of styles of beers, and all of a sudden you'll come across one and it'll be like, wow, and it'll be something that's not on your radar. And this, I like this, I do. 60 raggy boxes. I wouldn't say it's something I'd want again, but it's certainly palatable. It's like Forest win today. We need a win. We need to keep going up the league. Nice if Derby lose again, of course. Keeps the banter going. Although if I was a Derby fan and I wasn't a season ticket holder, I hadn't already bought my season ticket, I'd be thinking, is it really worth it? Well, strangely enough, I'm getting coconut with this. It doesn't say there's any coconut in it. I'm getting a variety of different styles. They didn't say anything about Sabro being in this, but I got a taste of coconut then. And I've not had any coconuts either. I haven't had a thing today yet. 3 o'clock in the afternoon, not a single thing eaten. Terrible. Although I am going to cook a nice steak in about an hour's time. As soon as it starts going dark, that's my key to get out of the garden, go back in the house and go and get them warm. So another one from the Thornbridge Advent calendar, and yeah, I've enjoyed this calendar. Obviously, £70 for the calendar, so it's an investment. And with all these calendars, they're investment. And would you go back to any one calendar again? I suppose it depends on how many different types of beer the brewery produce. You're always going to get the same beers, some same beers. And unless they do a premium calendar where you get all the imperials and stuff, that'd be an interesting option. If I was going to say anything to the likes of Thornbridge and Co, is to maybe have maybe do a premium advent calendar, because you imagine big imperial stouts. And I think next year, I've seen what one of my local places do in Mansfield, and they do £120. So it's an investment, but there's a lot of imperial stouts. All the big name breweries are in there, and to me, that's an interesting way to go next year. All depending on finances, obviously, because we all have finances. We're not all rich. But I'm enjoying this. Hazy, looks like a golden pour. It looks orange, and it depends on the light. It looks orange now. It's balmy. Earlier on, it looked amber nearly. Strange out. And the lights are ridiculously faint. So you get the flavour of rose. You get chamomile. I've had coconut. I've had like a herbal element. It was a winner of a homebrew competition as well. So you know, it's a really interesting beer. Not particularly my style of beer, but again, that's where Advent calendars. Once you've paid, then you're kind of forced to drink, even if you think, oh God, that's not really my cup of tea, and you're forced to drink it. And in some ways, it's a good thing because it gets you into drinking something that's out your comfort zone. And yeah, I actually find it really nice, to be fair. And I'm bloody glad it's not an imperial. And again, coconut or something that tastes like coconut. To me, it tastes like coconut. Um, to me, with it not being a big beer, I'm driving later, so I've got a few hours to let the beer disappear out of the system, have food and that. So I'm really glad it's not an imperial. Although I'm hoping at some stage in the Thornbridge box we do see a nice imperial. Good evening, Sam. Oh, afternoon here actually. So it's afternoon here. It's very late at your end, isn't it? Or is it evening? I never really know with these times, Was it very late? Are you 12 hours behind us? No, you can't be. Or are you? So what is it here? 3 o'clock here. So is it mid-afternoon there? I have no idea. Yeah. Times, I can never work out the times people are in the world. Chopped cherry and vanilla. Do you know, I'm thinking next year, I'm going to do two Imperials, two Advent calendars again. I like the two Advent calendars, but I'm certainly thinking of going big with an Advent calendar. Uh, I think Adventure Beer. I've done 2 years of Adventure Beer now, and this year there's been quite a few beers I've had before. And although I love doing local, I want at 2 a.m. Right, so 11 hours behind us then. That's interesting. I never know because you're on at some strange times, and for you at least. Next year, I'm money permitting, because obviously money's always the issue. Unless you're a millionaire or you've got a job where you earn great money and you're not paying out stuff. Money is always the issue, and I want to do a big Advent calendars, an expensive one with lots of Imperials or big beers in. Although the wife probably won't want me to do that, get the old bollocking. Yeah, these things happen. I get them all the time. I'm used to it these days. Although, to be fair, I was out yesterday, came home, and I was sober by the time I come home. Normally 10. Right, yeah. I mean, I'm actually looking forward to Christmas now. I'm just sorting out the front garden because my front garden, it's like we put loads of Christmas lights on the front just to make it good for the kids. And I'm a big kid anyway, always have been. And so I'm pruning all the plants back because what's happened this year, everything's grown silly. And where I normally line it up and it looks pristine, it doesn't look right. And as a gardener, it kills you. You walk out and you think, oh God, I can't stand it. So today, I've done one job today, and I had to go out in the garden, sort the garden out, and everything's been pruned back now. It's not looking pristine. It won't look pristine until the decorations are out and I get it looking pristine, but it's looking a lot better. And now I can start to rearrange the stuff again. It's strange, isn't it? When you work different shifts. I mean, I've worked overnights here, gone home at I arrive home at 8 in the morning, and for everyone else it's start of the day. For me, it's like it's bedtime, and get home and it's like, well, what can I drink? I need to get to bed. But by 8 o'clock in the morning, your body thinks, hold on a minute, it's light out there. You ain't going to sleep now, mate. Get your backside out and go and do something. I mean, to be fair, on a normal thing, when you go to work, you'll get home and you know, like now with me, I'll get home and I'll have another 6 or 7 hours. Then I'll go to sleep, and that balance with shifts. That's where shifts are awful. Can be awful anyway. And I used to get home in the morning, and like, you know, you're knackered. You want to go to sleep, but it's light. So I used to have loads of spirits in the house, and I started hitting Bacardi at 8 in the morning, which is obviously sounds really, really bad, but obviously it's because of the hours. And I'd have a glass of Bacardi, a large glass, 7 a.m. Hey, fair play. It isn't it? It's weird how it knackers your day up. Yeah, I mean, the wife didn't know I was drinking Bacardi, but I needed to go to sleep. You know, if I didn't go to sleep, I'd be dead. You know, dead on your feet. So I needed something to make me sleep. And I didn't mind overnights, but I hated being away from the family overnights because you've always got that thing. If someone was to burgle your house, raid your house, that you're not there to protect. And I mean, I've got a 20, how old is he? 25-year-old son. So he's more than capable of defending his mum. And my wife's more than capable of defending herself, to be fair. But there's always that worry. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, Belgian wheat beer. Very different. Something I've never heard that this was. I mean, I do keep an eye on breweries, but obviously there's only so much you can ever keep an eye on any brewery. And Raindrops on the Roses, 5.3%, a former winner of a homebrew competition, Belgian wit with rose petals, and you can get the rose element on it, as well as chamomile. I got coconut as well. Don't ask me why. And I've not even eaten it. I've not had a bounty, but you know, in the last 24 hours, whatever it's called across the seas, a coconut chocolate, and I've not had anything that can bring the coconut out. Sometimes, you know, our taste buds are wacky, but I actually really enjoyed that. Now I'm getting a more perfumed element in the beer, which is different. That probably come from the rose petals. Yeah, it is different, you know. It's going to be an interesting for a lot of people doing Thornbridge calendars today. If they're more middle of the road beer drinkers, it's going to be an interesting beer for them, but nonetheless worth trying. And I would never ever, if I've got an advent calendar, I've already invested, and I would never ever pour a beer away. Well, I don't do that anyway. You know, it's not the way my style of beer reviewing. You know, I ain't a drama queen beer reviewer. So yeah, hazy, orangey looking pour. Although it looked darker earlier, it's gone more orangey now. I don't know, with lights. Whitehead. And again, there's a very faint hint of rose petal on the nose. I can smell it, but it's very, very faint. So little to no nose on this. I don't know if that's going to be the general consensus. Always interesting to hear if anybody who actually has the Thornbridge calendar, who's actually watching along. It would be interesting. But yeah, got quite a few elements with this. It's a different beer. It really is. But an enjoyable one nonetheless. Would I drink it again? Probably not. It wouldn't be on my radar to drink again. However, I enjoyed it. It was different. It's not my usual style of beer, but I did enjoy it. Out of 5 for me, a good 4.1 out of 5. Yeah, something different, but interesting nonetheless. And that's it for this beer review. Thank you all for watching on this cold day. Cheers, everyone. See you soon. Cheers.